This is the Be Positive, the Chicago Stories Prologue chapter. Action.
Our lives are just collections of stories. And while we can't always control the where, the what, or the when, the why, and the how are up to us. A story worth telling takes courage to write.
It takes courage to believe in yourself.
It takes courage to be fearless, but you'll only be fearless if you fear less and less every day.
It takes courage to be a good person, even when it's not required.
It takes the courage to be positive.
What y'all don't know, first and foremost, Dario paid $15 for that thing, and he is not gonna let a chapter go by
Not a
But
single
we
one.
don't use it.
without that shit being
At least
in there.
once.
We getting at least 15
At least
episodes.
once. At least once.
You hear me? We getting 15 episodes.
You put that in your contract.
You goddamn
We didn't
right.
have contracts until he bought that. Did
Yeah.
you know that?
Yeah. You,
After
that's
he
the
bought
contract.
that, yep. He was
Yeah.
like, I'm committed to this.
Chicago talk. That is one fin and one sawbuck.
What?
One sawbuck.
Break it down to him. Which one is the
$15.
There it is.
All right.
For those that
A
didn't know.
fin is a
$15.
5 and a sawbuck is a 10.
That's a
All
good
right.
way to start
We already
this,
started
thing.
teaching
Right.
them.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually,
I
you
already
know what?
learned.
First, wait. Hold on. Let's pause everything.
Oh,
Let's take this moment in
okay.
because this is the first.
This is the first one, man.
This is the first one. We're never gonna get this.
No.
We're never
again.
gonna get this
Never
again.
gonna get it again.
So let's just, Billy boy, we know you behind there, but you take it in too. All right? Everybody watching, listening,
No.
whether this makes the podcast cut or not, let's just have like a quick couple seconds, take it all in.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Let's
All
get it.
right, let's go. Let's
get
go.
it.
Let's go.
All right, the time now, I don't know the time, but I know the date is June 30th. And just want to say thank you all for joining us on this journey. This is the first ever chapter, the prologue. Looking to have a lot of fun. So just want to say thank you to social media. Thank you to YouTube. Thank you for everybody that's watching. Thank you for my buddies for having us here. My man behind the camera. I mean, behind the camera. Behind the camera.
Yeah, it's people
Yeah.
behind the counter out
Yeah,
there.
out there. Yeah,
Out
by the
there.
bar. Thank them too.
Yeah.
This is the Be Positive podcast.
Shout out to those first. Hold on.
Oh yeah, those first
Where
104.
are we?
Want the
Those
number?
first
115?
116
116.
people
Thank you.
that
Hey,
followed
shout
us
out to y'all.
on Instagram.
Yeah, good
Shout
call.
out
That was
to
a good
you
call.
guys.
That was a real good call.
That's a. We thank you.
That's cute. That's cute.
And to all you other
Non-believers.
195 minus 16, whatever that difference is, we followed y'all, so you better follow us
Yeah,
back.
see.
That's just a rule of thumb.
So so on that note, let's explain the Be Positive.
Get it.
Let's
What
explain
is
it.
Be Positive,
What is
right?
Be Positive?
Let's find out.
This is a podcast all about positivity, not just the preachy type of stuff, but it's based around Chicago comedy primarily. But there's a lot of great things that happen here in the city, and that's all we want to do. So we just want to highlight the positivity, right? And we want to bring a different vibe to it, to everything that we do on a daily basis. And we talk about comedy, we talk about just good people doing things out in the business out here, you know, out everywhere in Chicago. Chicago has a lot of great stories, and that's what the Be Positive podcast is all about. So we welcome you to join us, and you got any input, you can definitely reach us at Be Positive the podcast at gmail.com. That's what it is. Y'all comfortable with that? That was good?
Yeah, that was good.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Dario. Nice to meet you all.
Hi, Dario.
Hi, Dario. It's the first time we all meet, by the way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I actually found them off the street. Was like, hey, you look like a happy face.
Yeah.
Come on, get over here.
Yeah.
You see your brother walking around in a Dunder Mifflin shirt, and it's not Stanley. We doing big things, man.
Yep. They told me we have tater tots, and I
You
was.
got tater.
She was
Hey,
so
I was in.
You was in.
I was in.
You was in.
They were like, you just have to spend 5 hours with us. I'm like, well, how many tater tots are we talking?
Speaking of tater tots,
Right.
I know we kind of going off tangent here already since we start. Whatever.
That's our vibe. That's our
it's not-
flow.
Yeah. Those tater tots we just had out there are lit. I'm telling you, you
My
want to talk
buddies.
about some positivity.
My body,
That'll put
my
some-
body, my buddies.
Yeah, my body, my buddies.
buddies.
all right.
All right. Like I said, I'm Dario.
Let's get back on
I am a stand-up comedian here in the city. Been doing this for about 2 years, stand-up comedy as a whole for 3 years. Started over at Second City, doing the improv thing. Went through A3 and had a blast. And I got roped into stand up. And here we are, doing podcasts now. So we've evolved, haven't we? So
Very much so.
yeah, I'm excited, man. We're going to find out more about each one. But I'm here with two fantastic, I think everybody, but honestly, I'm so happy to have these two on the show. I mean, like, this wouldn't be anything without them. Honestly, got a lot of input. And we're going to let them introduce themselves. Go ahead. This is Delmy. Go ahead, Delmy. Tell them about it.
Hi. All right, I'm Delmy. I am new to the scene. I call myself the DM comic sometimes. I've been on the sidelines for too long. But I'm trying to change my mindset, be more positive, get out there. So I've been doing it formally less than a year.
Okay.
But I've been writing since college. I'm 32 now, and the time is now. And the way that we met was through the DM, really.
Yeah, really, real talk. Real talk.
Yeah, and I'm proof that the DM doesn't always have to be that.
Right. Not
Sometimes
always
it
bad.
stands for that message, okay?
That message.
That message.
Hey, I like
You know
that. That message.
That message. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Off the cuff. You comedian already.
Message.
The wheels are turning, right?
Try to explain that to your other one.
Yeah.
Hey, what is that? That's that message. Yeah.
Hey, girl, I just wanted that message. That's all. I just said
That's
that
all.
message.
Just
That's
that
all.
message.
Relax.
That's all.
Yeah, that's not
Didn't
gonna-
mean all that, you know? Didn't mean all that. That's how I came in, and
Okay.
yeah, I hopefully will bring to the table that the nitty gritty side of it, of positivity. It's not always pretty, and I like that you said that it's not going to be preachy, because that's not what I want either. Yeah, no.
I'd be a bad preacher. I curse too much.
No,
You know what I mean?
I just always think of the guy from Old Navy, the Old Navy guy. I don't want to be like him.
Oh, I think of Creflo Dollar every time I think about preaching.
Hey, if I went to church, my pastor was cursing at me, I might be thoroughly entertained. At least I know he was real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'd be like, hey, I don't want to say it, but never mind. Yeah, it'd just be crazy.
Pour me
So
some
I-
more goddamn wine.
Yeah, you know what? All
Wait a
your
minute.
problems, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he real.
Yeah, right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
God love you too, both of us. Hey.
That's Darrian Lewis.
The man who doesn't need an intro.
Speaking of which, speaking of the devil, no, let me stop. My name is Darrian. I am not a stand-up comedian, which is crazy because he always wants me to go do an open mic or something. And I'm like, I don't have any jokes. It's not gonna happen. I do improv and I do a little acting. I got into improv. I graduated from Second City. I did A through E, but the only reason I went there is because of this guy right here. He was just like, man, D, like, do it. You'll love it. You'll be good at it. And I was like, eh. And he was like, no, do it. And I'm like, all right, man, I'll spend this money. And Lord behold, I'm not half bad at it. So,
half good.
half good.
We gotta look at positivity.
Hey, look at y'all.
Humble. That's called humble.
Yeah, half good. As far as Be Positive, D came to me with the idea. He was just like, man, I want to do something positive, and I want to highlight, people in Chicago. I won't even say comics. I'll just say people in general. And, we both known each other for 13 years.
14 years.
Yeah, 13, 14 years. So we got very similar mindsets, and he brought up Deli, and I was like, man, like, he always tell me about her and how she uplifts him, and I'm like, well, ask her if she wants to, join in. And so
He did. We
here
were at
are.
Portillo's.
Yeah, we were at
We were at
Portillo's.
Portillo's.
Eden, ironically enough, Eden and thinking about
You
her.
thought of me when you were eating food.
Yeah. I think I had what,
sweet.
2 Chicago style?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I
Put both of them bad
had
boys
an
back.
Italian beef.
Yeah, pause.
Yeah. Pause. Come on.
All that
All
cheese,
right.
and you thought of the cheese. You thought of the cheesiest bitch you knew.
But I guess that's just a testament to like 3 different people just coming together and having the same mindset and being able to say, man, we want to go tackle something and shed some light on positivity. It's a lot of negativity that goes on in the world, and a lot of people get affected by it, and we just want to shed light on just positive stuff in general.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't even have to be comedy. It could be businesses, it could be influencers, whatever it may be. And we as Billy Boy, and he was all about it. So we appreciate him just as much as we appreciate each other. So
Absolutely.
Shout out to all you guys. I love you guys.
See, look at us bringing everybody together. This is what it's all about. And so the show's format is going to be a little bit different. This is the first episode, so obviously we're kind of introducing ourselves, letting you all get familiar with who we are, and we got a lot of stuff planned for this show. So I know you two got a lot of ideas that you brought to the table, and I really didn't do anything. I didn't do too much. I'm trying not to do as much work. So I did my part getting us here. So.
Well, you already started touching upon it, like when you said, different people, entertainers, comics, everything. And we thought about this phrase when we had our first hang, really. And it's that we don't have to look in the same way to see in the same direction. And that's what we want. We want positive people who have gone through it and gone through it, you know? We've gone through it in our own respective ways. And we want to hear what their stories are about and how they got to be more positive.
Yeah, it's a good way to highlight, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna highlight the different people in Chicago, comedians in Chicago, whatever you do in Chicago. If it's positive, we're gonna highlight you. That's the goal here. It's kind of just highlight and give you your time to shine and recognize you at the same time. So that's a bunch of other fun stuff. More episodes down the road, you'll find out. We got some fun things planned. Also, we're going to shout out some things that happened throughout the week. So a lot of cool things, a lot of concepts that we have here, right? I mean, it's going to be the traditional trash talking. I'm sure we're gonna do. We got a little bit of time to shoot the shit.
Yeah. We can always talk about how you decided you're going to grow a beard.
I mean,
for the last day and a half.
Hey.
I'm in shock.
You're excited though.
I am.
We haven't seen you in a minute, and that's the first thing that he says. Like, I'm growing this.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a big moment in my life. I mean, I went 33 and a half years with no beard. I'm a grown ass man.
You wild, because when I started getting a little stubble after 8th grade, I was like, oh, we here.
You was beard game in 8th grade?
We here. Let's go. I got the little up under the chin. And I'm like, can I do something with this? Somehow. I got to do something with it.
You using super glue on it?
That's how we met. Right? We haven't talked about how we met. We're both sitting back there at the 8th grade class, and I'm going like this. Right, and Dario, you're going like this.
Going like this, and I'm like, man, can you do something with that?
What that chin do, though?
All right.
We're getting off topic.
No, I mean, but
we're proud of you. We're so proud of you.
I'm proud of me.
I'm looking forward to it because it gives me a chance to see something different.
You sick of seeing me? You sick of seeing me?
No, that's not it. Just 13 years.
Every day, your face will be a reveal party, and I'm here for it.
Man, I cop attitude pretty quick. This stuff start itching. You know what I mean?
Just
you're
relax.
doing it in the summer.
You got to be patient.
Yeah.
Be patient.
Do I put the same grease on my head that I do on the beard?
No.
I'm trying to get waves
Even
on my beard.
I know that.
I'm trying to be wave game.
No.
You need beard oil.
Get the butters going.
Need beard oil.
Yeah.
Keep it clean.
Why do I know this? I don't know.
You had the hair growing underneath your chin.
It's my 8th grade picture.
8th grade picture.
What was my quote though? Wind beneath my beard.
Oh my God.
The wind beneath my beard.
I don't know.
Bring it like
But no, we're going back to your beard. Yeah, that's a big move.
It is. Speaking of big moves, I still yet to move to the city. I keep telling people this.
Well, I mean,
that's
it's
a confession right there. A lot of us think that you do.
You've been just as patient as you're going to have to be with that beard.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm being patient. But you know what? So I was on Profoundly, and this is why I bring this up, right? Profoundly, you all play the app, right? It's a game on Facebook, where people can anonymously
Like, what you say?
These big ass words. If it's longer than 3 syllables, I'm out the game.
Where they don't have to say who they are.
Yeah, right. Where they don't have to say. I gotta break it down to. I'd rather break that shit down to 10 words than
this is why she's here.
Right. It's where you break stuff down and they don't know who you are. So somebody said, "Why do you rep Chicago so much and you're not even from here?" And first that was my reaction. That's the white woman gasp I call it. when you gasp in like that, that's how you know you've been offended. You know what I
I'm
mean?
holding on to my Chicago flag right now.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm holding
right? At first I was mad, but I'm like, I literally got the shit tattooed on me, and I don't feel like this is the birther situation. Do I have to go get my birth certificate, like, to prove? I felt some type of way, and I'm still not out here.
People tried to test you, man.
Yeah.
They tried to test you.
Speaking of tests,
Y'all
tried to test me early before this, too, with the Apple Watch. Y'all,
We did.
Oh.
That was interesting. That was, yeah.
That was interesting. Apple is.
I can start again.
No,
Well, tell them what happened, because your heart can't handle it too much. Yeah.
So apparently, my heart rate spiked. A little bit. Just my resting heart rate spiked due to certain things being said.
Well, hold on. It started physical because something was dropped, and you're like, "Look, I spiked."
Yeah, right. And
then I was like, power of the mind, right?
Right.
So then I said a trigger phrase, right, which we will not say. And then we both decided to.
Yeah, we played
good cop, bad cop.
Good cop, bad cop. I was a bad cop, of course.
Yeah.
And I said a few things that may have increased his heart rate really quick. And
I was a guest star Latino cop for the weekend.
I mean,
Detective Santos over here said.
What's amazing is that it actually spiked. Like it's not a game. Like it actually went up. Like
we were watching your wrist. Like it went up, and then you said your bit.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That just lets me
you
know.
You instigated.
Yeah, it lets me know what to say to get you riled up.
To get me hyped?
Yeah.
You know what?
I can really like.
But if you want to be real, you know what that also says too? You can't let the outside affect you like that.
Ooh.
Damn.
Ooh.
See, and we just gonna try to do this by ourselves. Like
I broke the first rule. We're not supposed to move our hands around too much, but that was a moment.
I think I broke that rule one time. I'm talking. My name is Dario.
That was
I'm
a
talking
moment.
like an Italian.
I did like this. I scratched my arm and everything. We good.
You're right.
Don't worry about it.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. You good.
So I'm just saying.
This is just the first chapter.
Yeah.
Just
the
prologue.
Yeah, we bound to fuck up.
Right.
As
long as we keep a few people for that next episode.
Long as the 116 of y'all stay with us.
Right. We drop down to 115. We gonna have a problem.
Yeah, we got a problem.
We gonna see. What we gonna be able to check.
Your heart rate almost went up to 115.
Where is it at now?
I thought somebody unfollowed us because first of all, I saw 112 yesterday, and then today it went down to 111.
I saw that.
Okay.
And then it went up to 114.
Yeah.
We watch everything.
Who are you?
Yes.
Who are you?
Yes.
Who was it?
Use the profoundly app.
You know what I feel? You know what I feel? I don't know. I feel maybe they needed a break from the positivity. Maybe they were having like a day.
Yeah.
Right? And they were like, you know what? Let me take a break of my
sometimes.
Right? And they came back.
Hopefully you come back.
Yeah.
That's all we're going for.
Or they sent someone a DP and their account got suspended for a day or two.
For some reason,
Detective Santos. I'm just saying.
Jumped in somebody that message.
Yeah,
and now they're back.
Tiebacks.
And now they're back.
We in the game. We in the game. So that's the typical banter that we're gonna have, right? I mean, it's probably it's gonna be running themes throughout this whole thing.
We will talk about Donald Trump at some point in some chapter. I'm sure something will be said.
Chapter 45.
And chapter 45.
Man. So
yes. Oh.
Yeah.
But it's gonna happen.
There.
So just be prepared.
Yeah.
We'll be positive though.
We'll be positive.
You can say a lot of positive things. He can't live forever. That's positive.
Keep it moving.
Okay. Yep. All right. So
I believe that there's positivity in being morbid.
Right.
You can be.
That was positive. That's positive.
You can be.
I can't live forever.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. I didn't want to be mean.
That could be the name of the segment, though. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
We just came up with a.
Don't most sets that are really good like that, don't they start off that way?
Yeah.
Like you see them go up, you see the sweat on their brow, and then you just see the fuck it in their eye.
Yeah,
and they go, I'm just saying.
saying.
And I lean back, I'm like, oh, he's about to go.
That's how you can tell somebody about to use the hard ER or the A.
I'm
not trying to be racist, but
I'm just saying.
Just saying. You're more liable to get pulled over than I am. Just saying. Like I'm saying, so we're gonna do this all the time. We can do this all day. I mean, like I feel like we got like the chemistry. We just keep on joking, like the whole thing. And we got guests. And actually, for this first episode, we're the guests. And we got some questions we prepared to ask, just so you all can again better understand us. And I think we all ready for it. So I'm gonna kick it off. I'm gonna ask both of you all. What got you started in this comedy scene? That's what I want to know. What got you started?
I might have like the shortest story between the two of y'all, honestly.
Okay.
Because I don't have like, I mean, I guess I got a little bit behind me, but
Okay.
I mean, like I said, my son was on the way. His mom was pregnant with him at the time, and up until then, like I had went to school and always worked full time for sure. But like when I was going to school, like I had a lot of like time to like keep me busy, and work was just a little stressful. I had just got promoted, so I was in charge of a whole building now, and I was just like, man, this is crazy. Like it's just too much. Like I need something to keep me busy. I need something to take my mind off of what's going on at home and the baby, and like the baby's coming and we got to get things ready, and I need something to take my mind off of work. So I was like, man, I'm just gonna listen to Dario and I'm gonna go do these improv classes.
Best thing you ever
And
did.
yeah,
Listen
not
to
even
Dario.
gonna lie. And it was a lot of people there, man. Like, want to get me out of my shell, and I'm scared to talk to people. I mean, I've naturally just been like, not me. No, I'm talking about the people in the class. Oh, yeah, but I naturally like
Damn,
just
that's a
always
good
been
class.
like that type of person. So that's why I just got there, it was just to have an outlet. And man, once I got in that level A class, I was hooked.
Yeah.
Because literally, that was the first time in like, not even months, probably a couple of years, that I was able to go into one space for 2 hours or so. What's it, three?
The first level A, I think, is 2.
Yeah, 2 hours. Yeah, 2.5 hours. And literally, I would turn off my phone, and for those 2.5 hours, nothing.
Different world.
It was a different world. Like I literally would just focus on what was going on in class, and it was like I just turned into a different person.
Yeah.
And I think I felt a change in like, not attitude, because I'm always that type of person, but just my personal inside demeanor like changed for myself, not to other people, but me. I noticed a change on the inside for myself, and I'm like, man, like
That's deep.
yeah, you feel good. So I think everybody should just have an outlet in general. It don't have to be comedy. Hell, you could be sewing or baking or whatever, but everybody needs an outlet. But he's like, comedy.
I think you should try it.
Laughter is a good remedy.
Wait.
Yeah, but
Them?
Cool.
yeah.
I like that. So when did the class? How far ago was that class?
Boy, you know this? When was your anniversary?
My Level E show just popped up on my 1 year memory today.
Good old Facebook helped you out.
Yeah,
didn't
good
it?
old
Yeah.
Facebook was there for me in my time of need.
You know?
So man, Level A had to be almost 3 years ago.
Was that
No,
was it?
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Yeah, 'cause I
no,
stopped
because you started as stand up
2 years
2
ago.
years ago.
When you started.
When I started in
Yeah.
improv.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, about 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Time flies when you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's when you want it to go by like molasses, but
I
won't.
mean, you do this long enough, you're going to have memories. So that's the goal.
Aw.
We do this
That's
long
cool.
enough. We do it long enough. Delly, tell us,
That's cool.
what got you started?
what got me started? Okay, so college I did radio, TV, film. I worked at the radio station all 4 years, like trying to do screenwriting, I was always trying to get closer and closer and closer to entertainment. And then I fell into healthcare. As it happens.
Radio to healthcare.
As it happens.
You
Like
said,
life
I wanna
happened.
Be Steve Harvey. No. No.
Yeah.
Let's go
I
ahead
want
and
to
be a
be
doctor.
Steve Harvey and give people.
I wish. I'm
Obamacare.
not even clinical. Yeah. But then I fell into healthcare, and right now that you said you had your moment where you're like, I need an outlet, I need something. Like I was drowning in healthcare. Like I was miserable because, of course, I'm dramatic, but also I was miserable because I was like 9 to 5. I can't do this. I can't do it. And then last year I just had a breaking point where I just snapped. And I was like, I got to do everything. Like, I got to move out for the first time by myself. I got to finally try this comedy thing. Like, my friend Lucy was the one who told me, she's like, I did this comedy class with Alex. It's called FemCom. It changed my life. Just do
That was
it.
the Second City?
It's more like it's just I'll put it in the description, but it's called FemCom.
Okay.
So it's his own thing. But it was 6 weeks and it changed my life. Like I finally had an outlet, and I get it when you talk about 2.5 hours of just focusing on that and just doing that. Like that was Tuesday nights. Like I look forward to Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
Like anything could happen Monday. My Mondays got better.
Yeah.
My Sunday scaries started to fade because I was thinking about and working on Tuesday night.
That's dope. You remember the day. What was your day?
Wednesdays.
Wednesday.
You remember?
Yeah, right.
Wednesdays.
That was Thursday.
Yep,
Yeah,
Wednesdays.
Because that's the day that makes the week easier.
Right.
You know, and I took the class and it was awesome, and I get it when you say that time went by really quickly, and it's like I think the moment that you have when you realize you're meeting yourself, like it's not that you're seeing a different side of you, but for me I feel like I'm like, oh, that's me.
Right.
I love this. If I could do this all the time, then that's basically you just want to hang out with yourself. That's not you, like the whole job thing, or if you're not enjoying your job, that's not me. I enjoy my job so much. I want to keep it.
I like my job.
Yeah, right.
I like the people I work with.
I need this job.
I need my job.
I need this job.
The Grateful Grovel. That's the name of this segment. The Grateful Grovel.
We're just going to keep naming these segments. What is it when you have the two letters in the alliteration?
Alliteration.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I got that one though.
Alliteration.
I'm on point with it, man.
Yeah.
You know what got me started? It's kind of similar to what y'all was saying. You need an outlet.
You need an outlet.
I was about to slap the shit out of people at work, boy. I was about to go in there with the 007s, all slappers turned on.
I feel you.
Bah, bah, bah. We just going in.
Yep.
Whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole
All
style.
slappers, boy. I was about to go in there and pimp him way strong.
What a powder.
Right?
Hit me one time. It's gonna be a whole bunch of ashy
We're much nicer people because we do this.
We are. See, this is
Therapy.
the outlet. You know what's something interesting? So not only did I have that moment, I had a breakdown, but the first thing I did after the breakdown, I was with my sister and her husband at the dining room table. I never forget. I had like a little mini breakdown. And I think a lot of people think when you say breakdown, and we can drop all this water and shit. I got expensive paper here.
I'm like,
We're feeling this moment so much. So much.
Look at that. Look at us. Yeah, boy, look at us. So I was sitting with my sister and her husband at the dining room table, and a lot of people think that when you have a breakdown, you've cried or you on the floor in the fetal position.
Right.
But it could be a mental type of thing. You know what I mean? Where that's all it is. And I realized I had that. I didn't even realize I had that breakdown until like a year later. You know.
Wow.
You know, so I had that breakdown, but the first thing I wanted to do was actually get into podcasting, and I did a couple podcasts. Yeah, I went out and bought all that microphones and shit. You know, I bought it all. I say all. I bought one microphone. I bought one microphone. Right. I did that, and I had my iPad. That's it. It's all about one. Right. Now look at us.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Billy.
look at Billy.
Look at Billy. Look at us. I ain't paid for a microphone to save my life. No, but no, I went and I bought all stuff and I did 2 podcasts, right, that nobody will ever hear because they were trash.
I'm like, I love 13 years. I ain't heard not one.
Nope. No, nobody ever. You won't ever hear because it sucked. And so I was like, man, this is trash. Where can I find?
Says who?
Me. See, that was see. That's why. Yeah,
Who said it?
It was me.
Who said
I
it?
want to hear the lost tapes.
Right.
I want.
That's what this beard is for. You get caught up.
Yep. What you hiding?
Who did
I
say
want
that?
the lost.
Did you find your
tapes.
answer in there? Did you find your answer?
Shit, next time I get caught up in any kind of conversation, I'm going straight for the beard. That's how you know I ain't got shit.
Or just stumble on with that question. Do I put the same thing that I put here? Do I
Right.
put it here?
Right.
Everyone's gonna be like, no, you don't.
Don't say that. Don't say no.
Beard oil.
He wanted to put wave grease on his beard,
Here we go with that again.
and he wanted his beard to have waves.
I'm trying to be different, man.
Goddamn finger waves in his beard.
You're doing
Like
that.
a
The
temptation.
ripple. How are you gonna do that? The
A
ripple.
temptation by the
Toothbrush.
face. Come on, man.
Toothbrush.
Anyway,
Temptation by the face, OJ by the head. Stop. Okay, all right. Hey, man, I know I'm getting old. Anyway, yeah, so I did that, and I actually looked up randomly. I said, "Hey, where can I go to get better at this speech thing?" Because I felt like that's what the problem was. It wasn't funny. It had no continuity, nothing like that. And so randomly, I said, Second City has to have something to do. And sure enough, they did. They had a podcasting class, but you had to take the prerequisites were you had to take level A and B of improv. And I was like, man, I don't want to do that. I was like, I'm not trying to be funny. Shoot. I went to school for engineering. Shit.
What?
Fuck that one up. And I'm now I'm a supervisor at Best Buy. anyway.
oh my.
Anyway, shout out to Best Buy.
Engineering.
Yeah, man.
That's
You know,
dope.
right. Life happens, man. You know,
Yeah.
Whenever you
Life.
got to prove 0 equals A equals 0 or some shit like that, 1 equals 0. That's some dumb shit. I feel like. When the fuck am I ever gonna use that? I don't care what kind of
I
engineer
mean,
you are.
Don't use no type of algebra, trigonometry,
None of that.
calculus, none of that.
Y plus
I just
B
need to know
equals, no.
what's 70% off of a price. That's what I need to know.
All you gotta do is get to 50 and then just add some change.
That's the most math.
And then
I do
guess the
in a
rest.
day.
Then just guess
That's what I do.
you know, you do this. That's the wonder
If I
fingers.
can make it at
you don't know what the fuck
50%.
is going on. You know, the wonder fingers. So that's how I got started. Yeah, I got started literally. I just said, hey man, 3 o'clock in the morning. I just signed up for it. That was it.
You know
That's
what's crazy
awesome.
though is like people always look at like a storm or like a breakdown as like a moment of like, man, like shit ain't going right. Let me worry about the shit that's going wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's crazy how our breakdown or whatever storm or episode that we had made us think like, man, how can I get out of this particular rut?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like people go through, like storms come and they go, but when you in the storm, like you got to keep your mind right because you got to be thinking of how I'm going to get out of it, not how I'm staying in it or why I'm in it. People get so caught up of like, man, I'm here and this is happening to me and I'm having a breakdown. But it's like, man, just like we always say, change your mental. You change your mental a little bit and just start thinking about like, man, what can I do to get out of this particular situation, or what can I do to make this better? Then things start to get better.
Yeah. Right.
Like things don't get better for people because they don't have the mindset to say, man, how can I make this better? It's like, why does this keep happening?
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? You
Vicious
make me
cycle.
want to call Sally Mae and be like, I'm sorry. Like, you know,
I was too young.
right. I didn't need that education. I'm
I
not
didn't.
using the shit anyway. You know what I mean? Like,
My God.
you know,
I haven't
apologize.
used it. Like, you can check it.
Yeah, right.
It's
like,
dusty.
Right.
Go
You know-
back.
It's dusty.
You can take that off the shelf.
Right.
Yeah.
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 I got a couple books still that I couldn't sell.
Right.
Like, if it had that,
know,
you know, the
English
plastic that you
language.
have to cut around with the
still got
really
that?
good scissors, it still has the plastic on it.
See,
Hey.
I'm a
It's
little
so-
older. Back in the day, we used to use paper bags to wrap. Remember, as a kid, you used to use paper bags as a book cover. Okay, I know. I'm about to say, I'm the only bro.
Yeah,
motherfucker,
no,
like,
no.
You know what I mean? You know,
no.
come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but shit, some of my college books like that.
Yeah, I pretended to read
You
some
know?
books. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You used to, shit. Maybe you had Lisa Frank used to have the little stuff. You had the,
Yeah.
you know, that's what the fancy white kids used to do. They used to get that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
I had those. I had the 50-cent vending machine stickers. You know, with like.
you just plastic the whole shit off.
No, you guys didn't have those, like with the big like smiley faces, or the other ones were like they evolved and eventually were like little homie.
No,
I ain't never seen
No?
it.
You know what?
Even that's too fancy.
Really?
Detective Santos. I probably went up our alley at all. I feel like y'all own a pair of lugs? Did y'all have some lugs? I had some lugs.
You know I had love.
Yo, I had
I
lugs. You had no lugs?
Fila, no, I didn't have that.
What? You had some lug boots?
Boy, hey, I had Champion when it was broke.
Yeah.
I had Champion when that
Yeah,
signified your
same.
ass didn't have no money.
Yeah, same.
When-
Yeah.
If you walked around, if you came to school with Champion on, I promise you, your
He's
life
about
was
to
getting
get-
cut off.
he's about to
Your
ride
life,
you.
yeah,
It's
your
like,
life, your
what?
life was on the verge of getting cut off. You know, like,
Now it's
that.
kind of a big deal.
yeah, it's kind of a big deal. Now, I wish I could have kept all my stuff. You know what I mean? Like, remember the hard times.
I remember somebody said that a while back, like when Champion like started hitting again, and they were like, "Man, I wish I could have kept all my stuff from the '90s because you know I'd have been on. I was broke then, but now."
Yeah.
Like, bro, they'd all be
Still
crop
broke.
tops on you right now. Like,
The
let's
crop
be real.
tops,
They would be. They would be, bro.
Your arms that got super.
Bro, come on now. Your body shape's not Gumby. Like, come on.
I used to have a Gumby high top fade too. I used to have a Gumby, boy.
Really?
Wow.
Somebody put. Hey, you don't put a picture of the Gumby up here so they can see this. I mean, like the
Oh,
Gumby hairstyle.
I seen that.
Yeah.
Didn't you have a blue sweater on in one of them pictures?
There's a matter of fact, speaking of old ass pictures, there's a picture on the internet that my boy found when I was in Stevenson with him, and we were in there for the Negro Leagues were, you know, in town, and not in town, I guess, but you know what I mean? Like they were. I said like it's a circus. like it's
For
a
one
Marvin
night
Bailey.
only.
I mean,
For one night
they're that
only.
quietest shit.
Circus Olay in town,
Right.
where the Negro Leagues came to Chicago.
Hey, Delmy the whole time she's sitting there like, I got your back, bro.
I'm ready.
Where you going with it?
Where you going? Where you
She get
going?
real
That's what
supportive.
I said.
I just started laughing at your ass.
I was trying to see where you were going. You were serpentine, and I was just trying to keep up.
Hey man,
was trying to keep up.
you know what I mean though, right? they had a speaker in our school. I had to be like in 3rd or 4th grade, right?
Assembly.
Yes. there it
Assembly
is.
time.
Assemblies. Yeah,
Assembly
Chicago, we
time.
had
I live
assemblies,
for
boy.
that.
She helping you big time on
Big
these
time,
words.
you know, I'm
today.
saying, boy, assembly.
Assembly.
Or assembly.
Library. Library.
Which one is it? We don't know. Is
Assembly.
it
If you say
Assembly.
library, you should
Okay.
go to
Why-
the library.
Assembly.
That's the rule of thumb.
Assembly.
Assembly. Assembly.
Assembly.
Yeah, we would assemble.
Anyway, like I was saying, this old ass picture of me. I got these big ass Coke bottle glasses.
So you said it was on the internet though? Like it's on the World Wide Web?
It's on Facebook
www.
now, and that's like the gateway drug to the internet.
Oh.
I
You know,
hear you.
So it's if you see, I didn't post it yet. My boy posted, he tagged me in it. I'm gonna post it though.
You should post
It's
it.
out
should
there,
post
though.
it?
Post it.
You know what? I'm gonna post it.
Post it.
Post it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it. You know, you ever get the feeling like your boss just walked in over your shoulder?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
You know, sometimes it feels like that. I found the picture.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I found the picture.
I'm
So this,
excited.
if you look here, and we'll post this
Let's have
up
a
so everybody
moment.
can see it. But man, look at those big ass Coke bottle glasses, boy.
Oh,
I had like a-
that same shirt.
You got the same shirt
Was
as
it
me?
like a mosaic
Come
type?
on. Come on, man.
Cute.
Come on, man.
We all had that moment. I had glasses.
I mean, but did you have those? I had windshields.
Mine were pretty bad. I legit had to move from glasses to contacts because people
Bro.
kept thinking I was smart, and I was like,
Wow.
I don't-
People mistakenly smart.
I don't want that responsibility. You know,
That's hilarious.
it's true.
Hey, look, man. We all go through
Are
phases.
you that blind?
It wasn't even the fact that I was that blind. It was that the style was just different back
You
the night-
wore these
Too school.
because you wanted to.
no,
Oh,
no,
you
I
had two options back in the day.
no, I didn't. First of all, I had black parents, so
So they was
I
like,
ain't had no option.
it's just like a different world.
Yeah, that's a different.
Look
world.
like you had some playoff 8s on though.
Those are the playoff 8s.
That's what I
Them-
thought.
them
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
bunnies.
saying.
No,
Yeah,
those
these
the
the
Bugs
bunnies. Yeah, the bunnies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
I had some style.
Okay.
What did I have? Is
I
them
see.
corduroy though?
I feel like that shirt was like purple with blue though.
It probably was. I mean, you know,
I've seen this shirt before. I just
That was-
recognize the pattern in black and
That's
white.
the stained glass shirt. I remember those shirts.
Yeah,
It's
right,
the stained
right.
glass ones. I'm
This
telling
the-
you, I had
I
that
prayed
shirt.
in this shirt, boy. And then the one boy, that was a mess. That was tragic.
You
we
wore
gonna,
them glasses.
I did.
All right.
I
Yep.
could see everything, boy.
All right, man. So what?
we gonna keep it moving. All right. Next question.
Oh yeah, we're on
Yeah.
questions. We're on questions.
Delmy, I want you to kick this off. What made you say yes to this project?
You.
Oh,
Straight up. Straight up. Like, you set it up in such a mysterious way, which, by the way, I told you I have anxiety, bro.
My bad.
And I did text that. I was like, bro, I got anxiety. He's like, well, you'll let me know around, like, Monday, Tuesday when you know, right? And I was like, yeah, because my schedule was, like, it was weird because I had family and health stuff going on. And I was like, I'll know by Tuesday. As soon as I know, I'll let you know. And then I was like, I'm free, right? And then you were like, do you have time for a phone call? And I was like, oh, man, like, everything. Okay, cool. And I was like, I'm still not going to find out. And I was like, so, like, right now? Can I find out right now? And then that's when the call happened. He's like, oh, by the way, I'm working on. And I was like, yes. And you're like, podcast. And I'm like,
That's
I was
fact,
like-
though. That happened like that.
It happened
Yeah.
like that, like straight up. It was just like that, a podcast. And I was like, yes. And he's like, well, let me tell you what it's about. And I'm like, okay, sure. I need to stop agreeing to things.
Man, I won't lead you straight. You,
I didn't.
You,
No.
you're necessary on
Yeah.
this right
Aw.
now. Yeah, you are.
Huge piece.
Yeah, very. Yeah,
Huge
Telling you.
piece. Like we.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to slim down. I'm trying.
Oh my
Come
God.
on.
Goodness. Here she goes. And the thing, we can't come back with that. We just next question. Keep moving.
Next
Yeah. What made me? I mean that's my boy through and through. So first of all, when he come to me with about anything, I'm gonna be like, "Oh man, what you need?" You know.
Yep. Perfect. You look just like it.
He know it don't matter. Like if he needs some support, he like, D, look, I need you here. Like then I'm there. You know. So when he brought this to me, I don't know, man. I used to do a non-for-profit thing with one of my boys, like back in the day. Shout out to Rick Wallace, my boy.
Rick.
Yeah, and we ran this thing called Don't Quit, and it was real positive, and it was for like teenagers, and we just trying to help them, stay on the straight and narrow. And when he talked about the podcast and just like what we wanted to do and highlight positivity, that's been a part of my life for like years. So I was just down, you know, and it reminded me so much of, you know, what we wanted to accomplish with Don't Quit. Like when it came to just, you know, uplifting people and giving them some type of motivation or inspiration, or just highlighting people that have come from something, from nothing to something. So I was like, hell yeah, man, why not? Let's do it. Like I'm ready to take off. So
y'all, man, y'all were easy choices too. It was easy choices for me. You know, it's funny, like listen to you and how you came along with it. We had been talking for a little while now, a few months, and
since your show.
Yeah, right. We built that relationship up, and literally walking through Portillo's. That wasn't a joke. Walking through Portillo's as we entered in, I was kind of running through. I was like, man, you got this girl, Delmy, man. She real cool people. He's like, oh yeah, I just follow her. She follow me, and I was like, yeah, man. And he goes with this face, and immediately we've been friends for 13, 14 years. You don't even have to say words. And I knew immediately he was like, get her. And I was like, I've been dancing with this idea. And I was like, the whole time.
I'm like, well, let's not dance. Let's go, you know.
Hey, what did you say? You said, hey, we need a female president.
We need a female president.
That's what you said. And I was like, we do. We need a female president. And I was like, this is an obvious choice.
You got the most masculine female presidents of all time. I was moving ladders right now.
She was working hard right before this thing started.
Yeah,
just don't get it twisted.
Billy Boy was like, y'all not hot. Me and Dario was like, no, but y'all look like y'all
look like y'all need spares. You know,
they were like, you guys got this, right? And we're like, okay. Right. Yeah, right. I have a ladder under here.
We're gentlemen, though.
We are gentlemen. Yeah. I have a women's showcase.
Yeah, through and through.
No. Yeah. Shout out to Brianna Welling and Sue's Ball Out.
Hey, power table.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to that later date.
Yes.
Later date. But what made me get started was the belief that I could. You know, it's crazy because I didn't believe I could the first time. Remember, I wanted to do this. Like, this is what I want to do. I didn't want to do comedy, and that wasn't a thought process. But then once you start doing comedy, it's hard for me to sit still. Y'all know I don't sit still. I'm always trying to work, so.
Don't stop moving.
Don't stop moving. Hey,
we're all like busybodies. We're struggling to sit now.
Yeah, for real. You know what I mean? I think I got like this man.
He keeps telling us like try to be a little bit still. And we're like, we literally can't.
It's hard to, man. You got some excitement, but like the belief that I could is the reason why we're here. So that's my thought process. The last main question I got for you all, just kind of fill out your mindsets and things like that, and whoever you all can go first. What do you want out of this? What do you all want out of this?
I think the biggest thing for me is I want somebody to be inspired. It's not a lot that I do for self-gain, to be completely honest. There's not a lot that I like get a thrill out of. Like, I don't really like, as much as people like, man, you dope on stage, like when you do improv, or like when I take my acting classes and my classmates like hype me up or whatever. Like I'm not looking to be in the limelight. You know what I mean? I'm really not. Like, that's just not. Me, that's never really been my thing. Like, to be in the limelight. Yeah, like I like to be behind the scenes, but I think the thing that I love the most is like motivating people and inspiring people. Like, I got to build in the people that I lead, like, and try to help them come along. And, I got young adults that, I'm just trying to I'm trying to show y'all like, yes, we're in a retail setting right now, but hopefully I can teach you some things you could take with you for life. You know what I mean? And I think I just want somebody to be inspired and be motivated, by us, by Be Positive in general, by, we got the first episode, y'all will hear about who's on it later, but like to hear their story and how they came and somebody be inspired by that, and future guests, and whether it be business owners or influencers or, other comedians, like I want somebody else to be inspired by what, their story is, so that's what I hope that we can all bring to the table. That's why I want out of it, you know? And I want to bring as much positivity to the table as I can, and just man, we see where this thing goes. Hopefully we be like #1 on iTunes or something one day.
Speaking into existence. We talked about that earlier today. Yeah. Delmy, tell me what you want out of this.
I want to bring the real side to it, the nitty gritty, the side that acknowledges that in order for you to be positive, you have to acknowledge the negative. If we're friends on Instagram and we follow each other, I post a lot on my Instagram stories. I like to stream like my thoughts on there. That's what I want to bring to the table, and that's why the people that we're going to interview, I'm so excited to interview them, because they're real people. Like you can't fake a vibe. You can fake a story. but you can't fake a vibe.
A vibe don't lie.
A vibe does. You can't. Energy, you can't
Heart
lie.
rate after that one, boy.
What was it? Let's see. What is it up to now?
It's going up. We gonna find out.
Hey, put it on the t-shirt.
pew.
Vibe don't lie.
Vibe don't lie.
Vibe don't
Don't
lie.
lie.
You can't fake a vibe.
Can't.
You can't. Acting wise, can you fake almost anything? Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
Right?
yeah, you can.
But like that's what I want to bring. Like the people that we're going to interview, I want to know the stories behind them. I want to know the nitty gritty. I want to know like the side where we talk about anxiety and depression. I'm going to talk about that. Right. That's what I'm going to bring to the table.
Yeah.
About the things that you do every day to push yourself to be more positive. Sometimes you are chemically negative, right?
Sometimes.
So I am. Yeah. And I have to counter it, and I have to balance it. Yeah. That's who I get inspired by.
Yeah. Tell us how you getting out of that storm.
Right.
That we just talked about earlier. How you getting out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you're in the storm now, I mean, let's be in it together. I know it sounds corny, but we've all been through it. And the thing that you were talking about with the storm that I wanted to chime in about was that when we're in it, we don't remember how many storms we passed. Yeah, why?
Definitely.
We don't. We're just so stuck in the moment right now.
Hey.
How many storms have we gone through in our respective lives?
A ton, and we still standing, still standing strong.
Man.
Yeah. So then this is the next one.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna tell the next storm? On to the next one.
I made it through that one. Yeah.
You see what I just did?
Yeah.
See, boy, I tell you, y'all gonna keep a brother going.
My booty was hurting from sitting in the seat so long,
right.
But now I'm good.
Tell the storm I'm new. It's not one of my favorite lines, but it's true. Tell the storm I'm new.
It's the truth, man. For me, what do I want out of it? I think I want to give people opportunity to kind of just, and not for my own glory. You know what I mean? Y'all know I really don't care about it, but just to give an opportunity to highlight what they're doing. You know what I mean? And we talked about this, and this is the pilot episode. You'll find out next episode how we're going to run things and, how it goes with an actual guest. But, just to highlight other people's successes, what they have going on, because there's so much going on in the city. And there's so many talented people in the city. And, even for me, if I take myself as an example, I can get trapped in my buddy's realm and only see what Mondays and Wednesdays bring and, Laugh Factory, what that brings. But it's good to have somebody else out there and say, hey, look, I got this going on. Catch a show. Maybe somebody else listen to is going to catch a show, help you out. That's what it's all about, It's literally, I know this is cliche as heck to say, but it's really not about an ego or anything like that.
No,
we talk about positivity in comedy all the time and how sometimes you can have that dark path. And I feel like we've talked about it so much where let's be about it. Let's put some action behind it. So if this creates a better podcast somebody else might create, we did our job. Think about it. We did it. True. We did it. 100%. We did our job.
That's a good way to look at it.
That's what I want out of it. And that's going to happen. With us doing the work we put in, and if y'all seen this list that we got going on with the guest lineup, is going down.
Can we talk about speaking into existence? Two things that I want to talk about right now. Speaking into existence. When we met up today, I kind of joked around. I was like, by the end of today, we're gonna have 10 episodes right now figured out. We're on episode 8.
Right.
As we've been here for a couple of hours.
And some of y'all don't even know that y'all gonna be on episodes. That's what's crazy.
And some of you guys just accepted right now.
Right. So
right
at the
now,
time of this.
Right now.
Yeah.
And the no ego thing, I think that's why I had a moment with it where I was like, no, I think that's
we definitely
the common.
had ego because we were scared about asking some of these people. To be honest with you.
No, but I think that's the common denominator with it is that for what we do, produce, improv, act, stand up, there's no ego to us. Yeah. We can't have ego up there. Yeah. No, so you'll crumble.
Yeah.
And that's our common denominator is that we don't have any ego.
You gotta be open. You gotta be open. So you gotta be for real about yourself. You know what I mean?
Stay humble or crumble. You know what she said? Put on the t-shirt. I got t-shirt ideas for days.
Crumble. Okay, we got that one jotted down. So this would typically be the wind down part, which y'all say. We wind down, and obviously we have the real guests and kind of bring it to the head. This is something I will debut, and this is brand new. This is something that's going to happen at the end of every show. At the very end of every show, before we say goodbyes, I want the guests to say one positive thing about one person not in this room.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's gonna be the Be Positive moment. Bring it all to a head, and then that's it for the interview part of it. We're gonna tell what's going on, and that sound good. Is that,
I like that.
Yeah, I think that's
I
dope.
like that.
I think it's dope. So we're gonna start with we gonna start. Look at him.
Don't start with me.
Don't start. I want
the microphone.
Everything's wrong.
right. I'll kick it off. You know what I mean? I'll really kick it off, and this is gonna be, But I want to thank Brian from My Buddies. Here's
Yes.
why. He really had some belief to put me in his bar on a Monday and then give me a Wednesday show and help run with, essentially, I'm low man on totem pole when it comes to the city of Chicago comedy. There's so many others that I look up to. So, but to have an opportunity to do that in a bar, that is a stand-up thing. So I am immediately going to give some great recognition. I owe a lot to Brian here, My Buddies, for letting me giving me a platform to create another platform. Think about that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm all about, and that's what. Without him, I don't know if I'd be right here. I don't know if I'd be right here right now. So
That's cool. I like that.
Lit.
yeah.
Man, it's just so many people that I got going through my head.
Pick one.
That's a blessing.
That is.
It is. It's a
Man,
good
it
problem.
really is. I am going to say something positive about my boy Zach Sandine.
Okay.
One of my good friends. Zach just recently moved back home from Houston, and I just want to say, man, that's probably one of the most persevering souls I've ever met on planet Earth. Zach's been through a lot. Like, he had there was a flood in Houston he went through. He moved to Houston just to go like work on a food truck, took a chance on himself. But man, like, through everything, like, he stays positive. He stays in a good mood. No matter like if the wind blows him this way or that way, like, Zach will always be Zach, like a fun, loving, supportive, just good, wholesome hearted person, man. So that's my boy. Love you to death,
Shout out
man.
Zach.
Shout out to Zach, man. Definitely a real one. Definitely a real one.
There
Sure.
you go.
Do you guys realize that we're honey roasting without like calling it a
We
honey
are
roast?
honey roasted.
We are honey
We are
roasting.
honey roasted.
We're
honey roasted.
Yeah.
Name of it.
My
Honey
friend
roasted.
taught me that. Like, she's
Yes.
like, we roast each other. Like, we're used to roasting each other, roasting
Yeah.
other people. That's what we do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But a honey roast, that's when you gas up someone.
Yeah. We are honey roasted.
We are honey
Let's go
roasting.
for honey
Yeah.
roasting.
I have
New segment alert.
Yeah, right. It came at
honey
the end.
roast. I like it. It's
Yeah.
ending on a good note.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take it all the way back to who got me back into comedy, which is my friend Lucy, the one who told me, he's like, you gotta take this class, and that's why you guys remind me of us. It's because you were like, you have to take that class, and that class changed everything, right? We wouldn't be sitting here probably without that class.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sitting here without that class.
Yeah,
I would have
definitely.
never tapped into stand-up. Like, I would have been a very angry call center person, if I didn't have an outlet right now.
Man,
And now I
sometimes
have
you-
material.
Yeah, right. Man, you get life give you lemons, you make lemonade,
Yeah.
right?
You make
There
him
go.
laugh.
Make them
Life
laugh.
makes you sad. You make him laugh about it, because then you have power over it.
There you go.
Can't make you sad anymore.
There you
But
go.
yeah, Lucy, shout out to her.
Shout out Lucy.
She took the class. It changed her life. There was no reason for her to be like, hey, blah blah blah, do this class. Like, genuinely, we sat in the back of our English class in high school, and we were like, we're gonna be writers on SNL one day. Like, that was our goal. She'd come in late with her tamales and her champurrado, sharing with the class, like, yo, I picked some up. Like, that was who we were in high school. Like, that's who Lucy was. Like, roasting and razzing and just joking around, and those were the dreams that we had. And now we're 32. Like, she has a full-time job. She's a mom. She's a wife. And now she's back in it. She's writing. She's doing mics. She's doing stand-up.
Wow.
Yeah. And then she reached out and was like, you need to do this. And because of her, I'm right here.
Maybe we had Lucy on the episode one day.
I would love to.
Yeah,
Let's
we-
go.
we-
Lucy says yes.
Pencil and
Y'all
Lucy.
notice
I
I'm
know
raising my
she'll
left
say
hand,
yes.
right?
I know she'll say yes.
I just want to show her, I guess.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. Well, hey, so this is, how y'all feel about this first episode? Y'all feel good?
I feel good.
excited.
Billy Boy, how you feel? My man.
Thumbs
not
up.
to the
Thumbs up
camera.
from Billy Boy.
I'd straight up 40 them.
Like a champ.
Like a champ.
And the
Within
camera's
like
still steady.
3 minutes.
I mean,
Nuts.
That's championship. Yeah, that was it. That was fun. I feel good. And
Good flow.
I think we got a platform here. We're gonna use it. We got a lot of fun things planned for you all. And we're gonna see you back. This episode is going to be this next episode, I should say, is going to be very fun. It's going to be our first official guest. Should I say it? Should I tell them?
Do it.
Yeah, go ahead. Why not?
We're going to take y'all to the great folks that run the shithole. So join us for the next episode.
Next chapter.
The next chapter, my
Next
bad.
chapter. We got to get better.
Yeah, we got to get better.
No episodes. We're doing chapters.
Yeah,
This
we
is a
doing
story
chapters.
we're telling people.
Yeah.
Putting together a big book.
We are.
All right, so this
just
is the prologue, the table of contents, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
We gotta use this again. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
$15.
$15.
We gotta
$15.
get
Right.
There you go.
Get our
There you
money
go.
worth.
There you
Yeah.
go.
We
gotta use it at least
$15.
once.
Are we leaving on that note?
Chapter 2.
So we're
Chapter
gonna leave
1.
on just one thing, just housekeeping. Yeah, so Shithole is gonna be the next episode, so join us then.
Chapter.
We'll have more chapters.
God damn it.
we're gonna have. I'm gonna get better at this. I promise you. I promise. I'm gonna get better.
There's a
at it.
reason for this, though.
Yeah.
You got jet lag.
Right,
It's cool.
right. I
It's
mean,
cool.
I'm jet lagged. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I'm gonna call it that.
Stop defending him.
Yeah, right. No,
Good cop,
go
bad
ahead.
cop. People,
balanced.
ahead.
good cop,
Yeah.
bad cop.
Go ahead. I'm a heart rate at.
Protect the Santos.
But yeah, Shitholes next week. And funny thing is, if you want to be a part of this, they can find us at
Yeah, there you go. Be Positive the podcast
Yeah.
at gmail.com.
There you go.
Billy
Yeah.
Boy, we could throw that on the bottom of the screen or something like that, right? Yeah, you got it.
because your boy is messing up.
Comments.
If you got any feedback, you want to be a part of the show, you know anybody that should be a part of the show, tell them to reach out to us. Website's on the screen right there.
Instagram.
If you have questions for the shithole
Right.
as well.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
If you
Yeah.
have questions for the shithole,
Good call.
please send us an email at bepositivethepodcast@gmail.com. Yes.
There you go.
Or
Yes.
follow us on Instagram, too.
Ooh, follow us
Instagram
on
is great.
It's we're gonna put that on the screen too.
Yep.
It's be_positive_, and that's how you can follow us.
Yeah.
And it's a fun page. We do some fun things. Send your feedback, sliding that message, the
Yeah.
DMs,
That
message,
messages.
Yes.
that
Slide the
messages.
that messages. Yeah.
DM.
The DM sliding there.
Or send us some inspo.
Yeah,
We're always
yeah.
looking for inspo.
Yeah.
Or people that inspire you.
Yeah, we'll shout
People
you
that
out.
you want on the show. Or
Yeah.
if you want to honey roast someone, too, you know.
That'd be great.
I would
Send us some honey roast.
I would donate my honey roast if someone really wanted to roast someone, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, who
Highlights.
knows? We may start out honey roast at the top of the show.
Yep.
We just talking our stuff,
Right.
Yep.
You know, from that messages.
Yeah,
So,
that messages.
yeah, who knows? We're willing to take this wherever y'all want to take it, man.
Right,
As long
right.
as it's positive.
That's all we care about. So on that note, I think the first chapter is in the books, y'all. I appreciate it. We're gonna see y'all next week. Like I said, we bring the shithole to you. Until then, y'all be positive.
Be positive.
Straight out